We are back with another video, and this one is going to be showing you how you can beat the new dungeon that's in Friday the 13th event, and hopefully giving you some tips that will make it a little bit easier. So first of all, this is an image that was made by Classican and posted on the AE Federation by Loom. So we're going to be following this as a rough guide. Now when you first spawn in, you start at the start, obviously, and when you come out of the entrance room, you want to head to the right, where you head straight through two doors, and then you kind of loop up and then down. You keep heading downward until you get to the first lever room. And when you come out of that lever room, you're going to want to backtrack a bit until you get through the second door, and then you cut to the right, head up, and through two more doors, you're going to be getting to the second lever room. Now the best way to do this is to do this dungeon with friends, but if you're going to be doing it with other people, you're going to need to communicate. So in your team, you are going to want at least 2 runners, and it would be a good idea if the runners were running Paladin and if they had Sprint on. It's also imperative that they have travel forms. So if you are one of the runners, then equip the Paladin and the Sprint. Make sure you are in your travel form. So the goal of the runners is to beeline to the bottom lever. So they will run as far as they can in their travel form. And if you are a runner and you're almost dead, come out of travel form mode, use a potion, and then sprint. You can also use your heal ability if you can, using your Paladin. This will help you get a little bit further in your run. When you die, don't respawn. Wait for the people who are in your party to get to you, at least the second runner. Once the second runner gets to you and he takes off, then you can respawn. When the second runner dies, he might die either in the lever room or he might die just before. Either way, when the second runner dies, you spawn on the second runner. So you use the go to, which is really simple because you can just click on their name and then click on go to, and this will take you right to their destination. So once you spawn in on a runner, you're going to want to run as far as you can to the lever room. Once you finally make it to the lever room, wait until everybody else goes to your position. Don't respawn until everybody is there. Now you're going to have to clean out the first section just before the levers. So kill the mobs that are in there. Be sure to check your drops as well, because you never know, sometimes they're going to be dropping good stuff. And there is a rare drop you can get in here. So once half of the room is clear and you have clean access to the levers, pull the levers. This is going to initiate another mob attack. So again, just clean out one side of them. And then once they're clean, you can pull the levers a second time. After this, you're going to want to head to the second lever room. Now this would be the top lever room. And this is going to be using the same method. So you're going to be basically backtracking, and the first runner is going to take off and go as far as he possibly can. Once he dies, he's going to stay there and the other people can spawn in on his location. The second runner will then go as far as he can, hopefully making it to the lever room. This method continues until you get to the lever room. And once you get there, it's going to be the exact same method as the first lever room. You're going to want to clean out one side, pull the levers, and when the mobs spawn in again, clear that one side and pull the levers a second time. Now at this point, one of the runners is going to go and suicide. Once that runner respawns, he's going to be back at the start. And then everybody can basically join him at this point. Now you basically want to make a push to the boss room, which is directly across from the entrance. So you basically head out the doors and you try to make it to the boss room. Now if you can't, you can simply jump to one of the people that did make it into the boss room. Once you are in the boss room, you are going to need to clear out all of the mobs before engaging the boss. So then you can take on the boss. Now there are several different classes you can use for taking on the boss. I mean, if you want to go as a tank, then you can use your Paladin or Guardian. If you want to have a lot of DPS, you might want to use something like Pirate or Mage, or even Rogue works really well because of the poison factor. Necro is okay too because it is a range and it does heal you a little bit. So once you kill the boss, check the loot and then grab your loot. And then you can simply restart the dungeon. Now if you find a good group that you're farming with, then you can definitely stick with that team. Invite them into a party, and then you guys can hit the party dungeon. And this is probably the best way to do it. Now, I was running the full attack build. I had max attack, and I don't recommend running max attack. I would recommend running a balanced build or even a defensive build. So if you have some good armor that can give you some good defense, I would probably recommend putting that on instead of the max attack. Max attack is great for DPS, but it's not great when it comes to survivability. Time-wise, this dungeon is going to be taking you about 15 minutes. After running this 3 or 4 times, that was the time that I got in our 3 or 4 runs, was roughly 15 minutes. But it is imperative to work as a team and kind of figure out the dungeon, which I will admit it is really tricky, especially when you're spawning on somebody. It's a bit tricky to know where you spawned in and where you're supposed to go. So if the runner is able to tell you to go through the next door on your left or something, that would probably help. But I will say communication is key to having a good time in this dungeon. It is going to be a bit frustrating, but I hope this guide helps. And I'd like to give a shout out to everybody who helped me make this video, including everybody in the AE Federation, because you guys were really giving me the info I needed to do this. Thanks for watching, and if this video helped you at all, or if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. You can turn on the notification bells if you don't want to miss any of my uploads. We'll see you in the next one.